last night we got Terrence Crawford, the first person to ever knock out Sean Porter. Not just knock him down, knock him out. And we already got all the excuses coming in from the Errol Spence fanboys. After this video, stay tuned because I will be getting into the post-fight thoughts on that fight. But right now, we're going to talk about the excuses that's been coming in from the Errol Spence fanboys. And a lot of them is from the LDBC channels. I've seen them all coming in. But I want to shout out to the Terrence Crawford fans. They've been standing tall because the minute these channels started coming out with the, their thoughts on the fight, the Bud fans just started going in everywhere on all different channels. I was looking, I don't even watch these dudes, man. I don't want to get that clear. I do watch 78 sometimes because he's funny as hell. I like to hear when he get mad and rant and shit. That's the only time I watch him. I don't watch Trill Talk. I watched a couple of his things. It's just to see what they be saying about people. I don't watch him. I used to watch BFTB. Don't watch him anymore. There's a couple other cats I never watched at all. KQKC. I like him too. He's cool. I like KQKC. He's cool. But a lot of these other dudes, I can't fuck with them. Like, Drew Titan. He say a lot of outlandish, wild shit that, wishing death on people and all that. I can't get with shit like that, man. Just like equally, I didn't like when a lot of people said they hope Errol Spence get permanently damaged. I can't get with shit like that. That's totally disrespectful. Why would you want another man, a boxer that's bringing in money for his family, to have his eye permanently damaged? That's going a little too fucking far, But these Errol Spence fans, bro, these fanboys, I understand riding with your boy. There's nothing wrong with, like, if your guy lose or something like that, you gotta always ride with your guy. That's how you know you a hardcore fan of somebody. But stop making excuses when it's somebody a boxer you don't like lose. You know what I mean? A boxer you don't like wins, and then you still make all these other excuses for the other boxer that is his arch rival, and he act like he don't want no smoke and shit like that. And now you sitting up here trying to find ways to justify the trying to downplay the win to make your guy look good. You know what I mean? That's not how it works, bro. So let me get into just a couple of the excuses that I seen. If you guys saw any weird excuses, please post them and comment. First one I saw was Bud didn't stop Sean. Kenny did. Nigga. If y'all don't cut that bullshit out, man. Kenny Porter, he saw what we didn't see. He saw that his son, even after this the second knockdown, man. He let him fight after the first one. The second one, let him go back out there to see what he had. Bud he knocked him down again. He was out, bro. It looked like if he would have hit him, if it would have been another flurry, Bud would have had him on the ropes and would have knocked him out. I'm talking about it would have went like that, man. Possibly hurt him bad. Yeah, this is a guy with a chin. But listen, what's that telling you, man? That Bud is strong, bro. He's physically strong. He's strong. Errol couldn't even do that shit, man. Now, one can argue early on in the fight, it did look like Terrence Crawford had his little struggles. It looked like he couldn't mix it up the way Errol did, and I will admit that. But that's because Terrence Crawford has his own style. He's not him and Errol Spence have different styles. And Terrence Crawford, later on in that fight, he got to adjust and got that man up out of there, man. The first person to ever do that. You got to fucking give him his respect, man. You got to give him his respect. And one thing I will say is Terrence Crawford, I'm not sure. Did he say he was going to knock out Sean Porter? Or he was going for the knockout? I think he said he was going for the knockout. He never said, I am going to knock you out. I think Errol actually said, I'm going to knock him out to Sean Porter. Or he said he was going for the knockout. I heard Errol say at one time he's going to knock out Sean Porter. He didn't do it. He almost did, but he didn't. Almost ain't good enough. And that's why I don't like when fighters say, I'm going to get the knockout. Don't say that. Because when you don't get it, You know, people gonna start looking at you like, okay, you overhyping yourself. You know, so that's one excuse. Kenny saw it and he said, okay, I'm throwing it in the towel. That's it. He didn't want his son to get damaged, man. Maybe he plans on letting him fight again. Obviously, Sean didn't like the stoppage. He wanted to keep going out. He wanted to go out on his shield. That's another debate for another video. Should Sean Porter fire Kenny Porter? I seen that coming in from the LDB, the Errol Spence fans. Hey, he should fire his father and all this stuff. But that's crazy, man, because you guys know, like I know, if Sean would have kept going, it was nothing else Sean was gonna be able to do with Bud. He was gonna get stopped, all the way stopped. And I guess his father didn't want him, even though most boxing fans would want him to go out on his shield. Fans didn't want that. His father didn't want that. His father wanted him he wanted to stop the fight for him to not receive unnecessary damage. Now, when I think about it, I wish Kenny would have just let him fucking go out on his shield, because we wouldn't have this built-in excuse now. Oh, Bud didn't really stop him. His father stopped him. They're going to hold on to this shit and they're going to keep latching on. Now, I don't know if Kenny did that shit on purpose to try to diminish Bud's win, and he knew what he was doing. Maybe that's what he fucking did. But I don't know. Maybe it's partly he wanted to save his son from damage. I don't know. But now that I look at it, he should have just let Sean get knocked the fuck out. And there wouldn't have been no, oh, Kenny Porter really stopped the fight bullshit. You know what I mean? So here's the thing, though. Here's the thing about that. So, to the Errol's fanboys, a lot of the Errol fanboys, they also are Deontay Wilder fanboys. When Mark Breland threw the towel in for Wilder, that mean that Tyson Fury didn't stop Wilder? Or does that mean Mark Breland really stopped him? Who was the one in that ring throwing the punches? Was it Mark Breland or was it Tyson Fury? Who was in the ring throwing punches? Was it Sean Porter? Was it Terrence Crawford, or was it Kenny Porter? Stop it, man. Stop it. Stop it now while you can. Another excuse I'm seeing is, if Sean Porter would have if Kenny would have let it go on a little bit more, Sean would have got up and he would have beat Bud. Where? When and where, man? A lot of them think Terrence Crawford was down on the cards. No way in hell he was down on those cards, man. Sean did good. Not good enough. He was not down on the cards. Sean would have got knocked out eventually, or he would have got stopped eventually. It was only 2 rounds left. I called it 10th round knockout, and that's exactly what happened. Another excuse I'm seeing is that I'm already seeing this shit, that Sean Porter was already damaged. He was already Errol Spence leftovers. I'm like, here we go with that shit again. So now we're going to do this leftover shit. So when Terrence Crawford gets a hand on Sean Porter, now Sean Porter's the leftovers. But when Errol Spence fought him after what? How many people fought Sean before Errol got to him? Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia. Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia fought him. Who else was it? AB, a couple of other dudes, known dudes, right? When he fought them, he wasn't damaged. Or when Errol fought him, he wasn't damaged. But when Bud got to him, now he's damaged. They did the same thing with Kell Brook. Kell Brook was fighting Bud. Kell Brook was washed up and damaged. When Errol got to him, he was okay. Never mind the fact Triple G already broke one of his eyes. But no. When Errol got to him, he was fine. See, this is what I mean. This is the excuses. And the last thing I want to say is, everybody kept clamoring for Terrence Crawford to finally fight a top name in the division. Somebody that was going to bring the fire to him. Somebody that wasn't, over the hill, as they say. And he finally fights him and stops him. And now here come all the excuses, bro. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable, man. But here's the thing. I got a question for you fanboys. Oh yeah. Another excuse. This is for Errol now. Why Errol didn't get in the ring. Why Errol didn't call out Bud. He was upset. He got out and left because he was upset that Kenny stopped the fight. So now all of a sudden, Errol Spence cares so much about Sean Porter's well-being, his getting wins. Maybe that could be true. When you think about it, maybe it is true. Errol maybe was upset that the fight was stopped. Guess why? He probably felt like Sean was up on the cards. So let Sean win, get to the decision so he could beat Bud on the cards. And then Errol would have gotten the ring and stepped to Sean Porter. But it didn't go the way he planned. That's why he was mad that Kenny stopped the fight. I cannot respect Errol Spence after this, man. I can't respect him. People are saying he posted on his page something about the fight to make is this one. And nah, man, I don't want to hear that bullshit, man. You was already at the fucking fight. You know what's weird too? Nobody even stepped to Errol and asked him any questions. Nobody set it up where they wanted Errol to come to the ring. And man, and another excuse. Bud didn't really call out Errol. What are you fucking talking about, man? The guy said, yo, y'all know who the best is? When Errol finally pulled his tail out his ass. That's what he said. That is a fucking call out. That's probably one of the worst call outs. He called him a pussy. He pretty much doing what David Benavidez did. He called Errol Spence a pussy. That's pretty much loosely translated. Right? So now everybody's finally getting to see, where Errol Spence head is at, man. He don't want to fight Bud, bro. I don't think we're ever going to see that fight. That's why Bud threw in, either I'm going to move to 154 or I'm going to, or if Errol pull his tail out his ass. So Bud is saying, I want the Errol fight, but if I can't get it, I'm moving up. Because he figured, if he can't fight for those two belts, he's never going to be undisputed. You know what I mean? He feel like he's not going to be undisputed, so he might as well try his hand at 154. He's not going to get the Ugas belt. He's not going to get the belts from Errol, so let me drop this WBO and go up to 154 if he chose to drop the welterweight belt. But you Errol Spence fanboys, bro, y'all got to stop that bullshit, man. But you're not going to stop it. This is typical. If Bud would have lost, we wouldn't have. I'm a fan of Bud. I was also a fan of Errol Spence. I also was an Errol Spence fan. I liked Errol early on, man. But when all this weird shit started coming on, when Bud got to 147, all kind of stuff started changing, man. So I didn't really like that. After a while, I started losing a lot of respect for him. But I am a Bud fan because he did what he said he was going to do. He stopped everybody at the welterweight division. He stopped him. It didn't go to the cards. None of his fights went to the cards, bro. He got all stoppages, man. Has Errol done that to even the top comp? There's levels to this, competition. Okay, well then give that man his fucking respect. He did what Errol did not do. Gotta give him some respect. Errol did good in his own way against Bud. But Errol was getting hit too much because he's decided to so-called stand in the pocket. I don't believe that, man. Why would you stand in the pocket with somebody that you know is gonna bring heat to you? You supposed to outbox him. I don't think Errol could have did that. Terrence was on his feet the whole fight. Didn't look tired. Looked stronger the whole fight. And I think Errol just probably couldn't. If Errol was to outbox Sean, he wouldn't be able to keep up with that, man. I don't think he could do it. I think he figured, I gotta go in there and fight the fire with fire. The entire fight. I think that's what he did, bro. I think that's what he did. But let me know what y'all think about these fucking Errol fanboys, man. These dudes is the more they keep opening their mouth, the more stupid they look, man. But anyway, I'm off this. Catch y'all later.